I just hate to see people score, and I hate to lose. Like I said, if they score more points than you, you lose. So I just hate losing. So if I have to play defense the whole time, I love doing that. So yeah. I'm just looking for a good food spot. So if y'all got anything, let me know. I met some of the Philly fans. They're super excited for me to be here. They had me saying "Go Birds." So yeah, I'm just excited to be here, man. And they're showing love, so I love it.
All right, welcome to Philly, VJ.
Gotta love that.
VJ was the 13th top 3 pick for the 76ers in the modern draft era, helping them pass the Clippers for the most top 3 picks since the modern era started with the 1966 draft. All right, Danny, so what do you make of the Sixers and this edition of VJ Edgecombe?
I love it, man. And VJ, if you need any restaurants, I got you. I got plenty of recommendations. He's a fellow Long Island hooper, even though he's Bahamian. But yes, he went to Lou High. He knows what it's like to play in New York basketball, but they need an athletic 3-and-D guy. He's a guy they can develop into that and be a wing alongside Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, and he can learn from Paul George. Even though they're similar in style of play, we know Paul George is towards the end of his tenure. He can be that type of player. Obviously, he's so athletic. He reminds me somewhat of a Kuminga, but he could be a mix of a lot of different things. This is a perfect tool, a perfect piece for them to add. Young, athletic wing that can get up and down the floor. Tyrese Maxey, spread the floor a little bit, give him some more space, but also can slash when Joel's in the post-up. This is a great addition for Philly, man. I love this pickup.
A lot of the comps say, Victor Oladipo, Dwayne Wade. Andrea, what are you seeing from his game?
I love VJ Edgecombe. I am a VJ Edgecombe fan. I think he plays so hard with so much hustle. I've got family in Philly. I'm already telling my cousin Cheryl, my Uncle Mike, you all have to go watch this young man play.
Cheryl,
he is
Mike,
so exciting. He's so fun to watch. Yeah, Uncle Mike, my great Uncle Mike, he's a smooth cat too. He'll enjoy VJ Edgecombe's game. But there's something about the effort that VJ plays with. And I want to go back to this past season where against Duke in the NCAA tournament, his team is down big and he's still competing, right? This is in front of 20,000 people. It's a little easier to show competitive spirit against a big crowd. You see here he steals the lob pass to Kamal Malawach. But even before this big moment, VJ Edgecombe showed heart and hustle at the beginning of the season. This is against Tennessee in the Bahamas in front of 2,000 people. It's after a double overtime win the night before. So in a back-to-back, he's still giving that amount of effort. The crowd was smaller. The place he was playing in was smaller, and his effort was still there. No matter what the arena is, no matter what the situation was, if Baylor was up, if Baylor was down, his effort and energy and motor stayed the same, and I think that'll be huge for Philly.
Philly fans are going to love that.
No, there's no doubt. They love the hustle for sure. Bobby, what do you make of the big picture for Philadelphia?
Well, listen, they got younger and they got more athletic, and they've got a backcourt of Edgecombe and Maxey, and when you have Jared McCain, who's going to be back here, and the likelihood is that Quentin Grimes is a priority, but it always comes down to a but, right? The health of Joel Embiid as far as where this team is going to go. If Embiid can stay healthy, they can be dangerous, and certainly you factor in Paul George to this. Daryl Morey said in the offseason the goal is to get younger, the goal is to get more athletic. They certainly did it with a player like VJ Edgecombe, who was, we had him on the show last night. He was so excited. You could feel that he wanted to be in Philadelphia and part of this organization.
Danny, let me ask you this. I mean, you heard Bobby mention there's a lot of guards in that rotation now. How does that potentially shake out, in your opinion?
I think it shakes out perfectly well. I mean, because you need bodies, right? Especially with the not so much luck they've had in Philly with the injuries. Paul George is older. He might not play a full season. So this is a perfect situation for him to learn, also get some minutes on the road at starting and maybe come off the bench with Quentin Grimes, depending if they can bring him back or not. So this is a great situation for him. It's always good, especially in the small NBA era. It's always good to have a plethora of wings and guys that can play defense and shoot from the perimeter.
Andrea, I saw you wanted to jump in. Go right ahead.
No, I'm thinking the same thing. Danny and I are usually on the same page. Bobby, you and I are usually on the same page too, don't worry. But I do feel like, think about the two teams that were just in the NBA Finals, right? The Pacers, the Thunder. What did they have? They both had depth. They both had bodies. They both had guys that could come in and play their role and come in off the bench, bring energy, be a spark. But we have seen depth is a priority when it comes to winning an NBA championship. We've seen very top-heavy teams that don't make it all the way. So when you're talking about a 76ers team that might have a lot of depth at the guard position, like Danny said, I think that's a great thing, especially coming off of the NBA Finals that we just saw.
Bobby, let me ask you this, because you mentioned the health, obviously, of Paul George and Joel Embiid, and let's talk about that for a second. I mean, there was some chatter that maybe they would try to move Paul George. Like, what do you make of those two guys and their future in Philly?
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're both on big contracts. That Embiid extension hasn't even kicked in yet, and he is owed certainly a ton of money. And we're going into year 3 of the Paul George contract. Remember, they committed over $800 million to the 3 players in George, Embiid, and Tyrese Maxey last offseason. They're committed to these 3 players right now, and as much as we want to say about their draft picks, and they certainly did a nice job in the second round with Johni Broome, it's going to rely on Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey and Paul George going into this season. But George, as you know, this Eastern Conference is wide open. Yeah. It's wide open for the taking for them. And it would be remarkable if last year's offseason winner actually turns into next offseason's winner as far as what just happened here.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. This is their chance, right? Like, we're all writing kind of them off. Like, everyone's talking about the Knicks, right? And Philly, if they're healthy, has as deep a team, as Andrea mentioned earlier, as anyone in the Eastern Conference. So, all right, we'll keep it there. We'll put a pin in that. Coming up next, we'll take a look back at all the moments and the madness that went into the 2025 draft and which team walked away winners and losers.
Dick's Epic 4th of July sale is on. Take 20% off Bog Bags and Igloo Coolers, 25% off Stanley Drinkware, $200 off